On this episode of Airtel Touching Lives, the team travels to Asesewa in the Eastern region to meet up with a teenager with a passion for education.
Sena ayo, so we said the open school. I feel no base. I never win answer what's in a session. You were saying, Hammy.
We will then travel to Sonyane to visit Fatao and see how he is changing lives in his community.
Touching lives, making a difference, show the world that you care, helping out one another, we can all make a change. Reach out, touch somebody, put a smile on their face, helping out one another, we can all make a change. Touching lives, making a difference. Touching lives, making a difference.
All that it takes is one small positive thought, and you could be making a world of difference to someone somewhere. Hello, everyone, and I welcome you all to Airtel Touching Lives. On the program today, we will be following AC all the way to the Eastern region, Brongahafo region, and the Northern region to learn more about the dynamics of life and the reward for hard work and dedication. Our first stop, though, is at Asesewa in the Eastern region.
What happens when your needs are not met and all you've got is yourself to pull through the haze? Maybe it's easier when you're a full-blown adult with resources at your disposal. Benedicta is only 17 years old, yet she's courageous enough to pull through it all, alone.
Salom is an SHS chemistry teacher at Asesewa. He's nominating his favorite student, Benedicta.
Hello, Salom.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Where do you live and what do you do?
I live in Asesewa and I'm a teacher at Asesewa Senior High.
How do you know Benedicta?
She's a student of mine. I teach her chemistry.
What kind of student is she?
I would say she's a focused and a determined student.
Do you see her making all A's, perhaps?
All things being equal, she can make all A's.
I understand she has some challenges. Tell me about those.
Right, challenges has to do with her education. For instance, having to pay school fees and buy books, pay for extra tuition, and living pocket money for school. I know that she is living with her aunt here and their family. She is the only young girl, so she helps the family, you know, with the chores around the house. She works after school. Sometimes she skips school to work to raise money.
She combines that with school, plus, you know, her petty trading. That must be hectic.
Yes, I think so.
Is that what motivated you to nominate her?
Not really. It was her determination. Despite all the odds, despite all the challenges, she still kept on. She was doing all things possible within her means to be in school. So her determination, you know, touched me for me to nominate her for this help.
Hello, Bene.
Yeah.
How are you?
Please, I'm fine.
Was sitting with you to sing?
If it's school by a boa, me be journey. A boa because I'm in senior man and some in bay journey. Yana Messa market a cotonia ma bay journey. Me so I'm finna make you train your money in her. No, my clinic if all nina. Me yana my jarama, ne back it to one. Until me, I bought over some mammy and got to be your marketing brand.
And it's an open school, but time being a will be beyond what's nice will be saying.
You're upon 4 until I bought to say 7, no Mary. Now, always mammy sat down, I be a mess nurse around 8 something, no machine.
Saying that a yo, so we said the open school. I feel no base. I never win answer what's in a session. You were saying,
Hammy. But yes, I sometimes meet Miss Ba teachers no more or much madam catch me say we are some dear. You go through a lot before you can enjoy one day. Until my fanasa will be our combi. Sometimes me share na me de share me. Sometimes meet us in a mission say me say.
Benedicta's friend Anne offers support.
Hi, Anne.
Hi.
How are you?
So I'm fine.
How do you know Benedicta?
I know her as a friend. About 2 years ago, we became friends from my senior high. And we formed studies groups after school.
Tell me about her challenges.
She faced challenges in paying her fees. During vacation, she has to struggle by selling water to get money to pay her fees. And at times have payments. Later on, struggle to pay the rest.
How does that affect her?
Actually, it is really affect her lesson because at times she'll be in classrooms and she has to be driving out. So it really affects her education, her performance as well.
How does she feel about it?
She feels very bad and upset. At times you see her sitting down quietly, thinking, and at times crying. You have to go and console her.
AC talks to Benedicta's guardian, Bismarck.
Bra Bismarck Michel.
Mejoso.
Pacho wumpo mutiseng.
Nyame adom me hoye.
Pacho Benedicta oyo odien.
Me pacho ye minis.
Wo fase.
Ai.
Masitine mutiseng. Ewo fie.
Me pacho ya setra mu de ye. Ma fa na sa me ba. Nti ono na ye adwuma. E wo efie ha e man. Nti oton ansuo nso.
Na ni school komo e.
O ni school komo de okọ. But Fridays no they want me ko.
School na okọ no wani je ho.
Manage ho pa.
And the other na wunso mu na onko na ono no ho so koto nsuo na odebo no.
Me ma kuma mo de me ye de ametimi. Na se broso a na ma me ma no ko kotobi.
Benedicta's guardian has his own problems and is not able to support Benedicta.
What kind of support does Benedicta need?
The kind of support I think Benedicta needs is support with her school. She needs much time with her books. She can't go out to sell, sometimes skip school and miss lessons because she is determined to become a nurse one day. And the nursing school, she can't raise money by herself. She just can't do that.
A DM butai na si weni so se we school.
Yes, go and pesa me into asum unko nursing training.
So be nessa. Say na be yo. A DM na wo be ma amanfo. DM na obey.
Say me salary ba. Metimi ayi misika ma me say on fa go tia ni fees. Metimi abani panesa.
Adente.
Because nya me so me ko mu bi ni say na etie. Metimi amboa no. So on general so on fa go tia ni fees. Na maka che ne say na ekosent. On fa ne sa be.
Bena me da se. Why adi me awani koso. Why?
Ba choyo. Me da se so.
That's I don't know about you, but for me, Benedicta's will to persevere teaches me a great lesson about life and the pursuit of dreams. There are thousands of Benedictas close to you. If you can, lend a helping hand. Keep a dream alive.
Don't go away. We'll see you right after this break.
Touch your life. Oh, hello there. Woo. I gotta make a change. I can smile all by myself, but it won't mean nothing if I don't put a smile on someone else. So I'm gonna smile with you. So make your change today. Oh yeah, I'm gonna smile with you. So make your change today.
Actions and emotions are contagious. Within us is the potential to transform lives through our actions and attitudes. Make your change with Airtel.
Touch your life.
It must take a lot of courage for anyone, especially someone as young as Benedicta, to stare hard at life in the face and throw a challenge at her destiny. And that is what champions are made of. Benedicta, thanks for joining me on the show today. Tell me, starting your studies at 8 p.m. at night, don't you sleep behind the books? In which class are you in right now?
I'm in 2C2.
So you're just a year from your main exam?
Yes.
How prepared are you towards the exam?
I'm learning.
How about books for your studies?
I sell the order to buy some of them, like literature books like this.
And are you able to raise the money all the time?
Not all the time.
Salome, I'll tell you, you've done a wonderful job by picking her out of the crowd. And for you, Benedicta, I'm totally inspired by your story. As young as you are still pushing against the odds to become someone great in future. But how about I catch you a deal? Are you ready? How about you stop selling ice water on the streets and focus all your attention into passing your exams and getting us good grades? Our side of the bargain, we will take care of. And when I say we will, I mean Airtel Touching Lives. We'll be paying the entire remaining fees of your SHS education. How about that?
I'll be so happy because for now I will not go and sell again, and then I'll have a privileged time to read.
And I'll tell you what, that's not all of it. We are also going to make sure that you get all the books that you need to be able to study and get good grades. And beyond that also, once you make it into nursing school, I can give you the assurance that Airtel Touching Lives will be affording all the support that you need to become a successful nurse. How about that? And in fact, just to seal the deal, here is a certificate that guarantees that. Just make sure that you get us the good grades.
I'm so happy. I don't know what even to say. So I thank you all for your support, and God bless you.
God bless you too. But I'll tell you what, Fatal's story has AC traveling from the Brong-Ahafo region to Salaga in the northern region of Ghana. But let's find out what exactly makes Fatal's story an exceptional one.
It is said that every man is a piece of where he comes from. For Fatal, however, his community is much more than a part of who he is. He has given his all to ensure that the people of Salaga advance through access to information. Let's meet with him and see just how much a determined heart and mind can achieve.
Fatal lives in Sonyane in the Brong-Ahafo region, on the premises of the Vocational Technical Training Center where he works. The center is home to persons living with various forms of disability as they receive practical training in carpentry, dressmaking, textiles, electrical work, and computer training.
I met Fatal when I had just been transferred from the northern region to Sunyani, precisely this school. And by then he was already here as a staff. And later he became a church member of mine. And Fatal is he's a hardworking person, very innovative. He doesn't give up easily. He's somebody who is very forceful, and his disability does not discourage him from, things he wants to do. And he has big, big visions, and he pursues, those visions.
Fatal lost his leg in a shooting accident when he was 14 years old. The amputation was done incorrectly, so a prosthetic leg could not be fitted. He managed to raise the funds to get the correct surgery and to get his artificial limb.
How did it feel to go through the whole process of getting your leg amputated?
It's not easy, really, because somebody who tasted something and to get a time you cannot get it. Somebody who was walking to get a time that I cannot go anywhere. I feel it very bad. Most of the time, I do think like, why can't I even take my life? But some of friends will come and they have a word with me. Time to time, they pass to me and they say, Master, there is good things ahead of you. My parents will say, oh, there's no need for you to go anywhere. You just stay here. I said, no. I saw people driving cars with artificial limb, using motorbike with artificial limb. So I have to also get one.
What transition have you made since you accepted that that's your fate?
In fact, I have God who is with me. So it made me to see myself, I can do all things, because the God that I serve will empower me to do those things. I started my schooling. So through the school, there I met a lady called Charity Adujemfi. She's also amputated, but I feel like she's somebody that I can also move with in life. So from there, after the completion, we see ourselves as we can marry.
What inspired you to nominate him?
See, he's a physically challenged person, but he did not actually let his disability discourage him. Very, very industrious. And two, he's a physically challenged person. There are other people who are physically challenged, but they look down on themselves. Some, you see them going, begging, but he hasn't done that. So I actually wanted to write about him so that he also come to the limelight as an example to his colleague, physically challenged persons. And also, of course, he has challenges in his community radio station that he has established. He do share with me from time to time. So if there can be any support, maybe he may get some support.
Fatau travels the large distance between Sunyane to Salaga in the northern region, where his dream project continues to gain influence in the community. Salaga was referred to as the Timbuktu of the South because of its cosmopolitan population and varied trade.
At what point did you learn how to mix and do all those things you do?
From the school, I was having the interest of sound. Like I always like music. So anytime I'm just like electronics. Always I'm with the machines at the school. Then when I got here in Sunyane, I try to make sure that I continue with it. And then from the church that I also joined myself with, that church also gave me the opportunity of studying the sound.
What was the motivation for starting a radio station in Salaga?
It was as a result of what I saw when I went home.
Touching lives.
We'll see you all after this break.
Touching lives. Oh, hello there. Woo. I gotta make a change. I can smile on by myself, but it won't mean nothing if I don't put a smile on someone else. So I'm gonna smile with you. So make your change today. Oh yeah, I'm gonna smile with you. So make your change today.
Actions and emotions are contagious. Within us is the potential to transform lives through our actions and attitudes. Make your change with Airtel.
Touching life.
We are back with more on Fatau's story.
I met a guy beating gong for a boy who is lost. I said, no. My district is an old district. We don't deserve this. We need to work hard. So that is what motivated me to go into radio.
What was the objective for setting up the station?
One of my objectives is, in my life, I always want to leave a legacy. I feel like a legacy is the most important, especially somebody who is a disabled person. I have to leave my name 100 years to come. People will continue to mention my name during my time. This is what I was able to do for my generation. You know, my place, there is a lot of illiteracy. And I'm telling you, radio has the power to change. And the radio have the power to destroy. So I see my place as one of the things that we can be able to do to educate our people, not in the classroom alone, but by also hearing. To change them is the radio.
As a media house, our main aim of being around, especially in Salaga here, is on 3 thematic areas. The 3 should include: 1, we try to educate, we also inform, and we entertain the masses out there. So talking a bit on education, we try to educate the listener on specific issues, specifically health. There might be disease outbreak, which somebody in the village or in the hinterland might not know of. And when it comes to outbreaks, it spreads from one place to the other. So with the radio, we seek to educate, we let them know, be on the lookout. There is a disease like this that has just gotten into the system.
What are the benefits to the community?
Radio should be the #1 tool that can unite, because it's a very powerful tool. It can sort of hype tension within seconds. It can also bring about peace just in a matter of no time. So talking about unity, sometimes we do play things like if we know perhaps there are issues happening at one particular location, we try to calm tensions down with the use of the media. But we try to bring in the elderly, people who know how to speak very well. They come in to talk to them about the importance of peace. They educate them about how bad violence or sparking something like war at a particular location like Salaga would be.
My community is mixed with Muslim religion and then Christian religion. So Christians, I've given them the airtime 3 times a week. I gave to the Muslim as the same, because I know through the preaching of Muslim, through the preachings of Christians, is something that is going to transform my people.
I will not tell lies. Previous, we have so many challenges between the Christian and then the Muslim religion in town here, because we sometimes don't recognize each other.
The radio station has brought unity, has brought a point of dialogue to religious bodies in Salaga.
Both Islam and then Christian religion, we now get to understand that through the media, through the FM station, we are all heading towards one thing, and we do something in common.
The radio station, through its religious programs, has been able to at least bring some hope to the desperate in society. And people call in, they tell you their problems. You pray with them, sometimes you counsel them, you see that they have relief.
One of my choices is, my district is one of the biggest districts in Ghana. So my network is not able to cover all the people. And I believe our people who are outside from the town are the most important people. They need to get information. So one of my prayer is that if Airtel can be able to help me to expand my catchment area. So if I'm able to get a big transmitter, I'll be able to get a lot of people on board and to do the good that I want to do, because I've already said I want to leave a legacy.
If you're able to achieve your objective, how will that make you feel?
I'll feel great that my dream has come true.
The purpose of life is to be useful, to be honorable, and to have made some difference. Fatao, you've been useful, you've been honorable, and you have indeed made a lot of difference. You have indeed set a precedence for others to emulate. And Airtel congratulates you. Ayiko.
Success isn't given, it is earned. And sometimes with blood, sweat, and tears. And that is why I think Fatao is such a hero. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Fatao and his beautiful wife, Charity, onto Airtel Touching Lives. Yeah, one more power. I assume with me at Salaga Krumu, a NAM radio station, the program Samoyano. Jidisa Mijina, yeah, Salaga, my morning in term, and my cassie get that was. You don't want to cassie that was a pan, my yamayano. You need your hopa. Nemono, Airtel Touching Lives and Super See a boamo. Near Dikaino. Yede bicycles mienu mono chia okra e de ma radio station ma he chine bi no say mu reporters ni pe be hia so me communities mu a o munya bicycles e de akọ we de marking na no wani o na nia di we so achi e ba de ye safwa ekra mi wo de answer me card ekra achi o mo mo famba na he twa we ni hwa Bueno, Hey, a motorbike for cry, and your helmet no bibia. Na ne safo nso de me de show nsem na mo kwani abanyi na efa radio station ho no. Ma me nchia wo. Mo de sa motorbikes be di se dwuma nyina. Charity. Ya da wase mo so ne dwuma kra wo yire. Na enu achie kra no so bibis kakra so ho mpese me de ma ho. So on sa de we. E ka sa de ma fidie be bomodian de ato 95.7 yes sir. Na mbe nyina no na chese mo antenna ene mo transmitter na sheda engine kaisa ye mamo mo no chia okra antenna ne transmitter no be make sure say mo communities nyina no obia betimeti program mo ye ene we dwuma pa mo ye sinti yes ya fa mo die nti mo so mo kan che nya ye nyina no mo de
ko ne omope nipa ntimi gyina ga say na say radio station krampo entrance ye jinsu krampo aya na ewo nti mun kamo nsem bia mbeka ntimi ko ba bia na ne de me ka che wi asese radio station e be duru chiri
sa yo wenti fatal ene charity mijina salagafo nyina na ntem e dawase ijoma ne mu dawase efadwumadi amayama eye salagat ene oman na mu nyina so ena ye Reverend Emmanuel nso nominate mu wo nipa ni mu e wo hono ye dawase pa. Well, it's never a good feeling to say goodbye. But the good news is that we return next week, same time, with more remarkable stories of individuals whose lives are inspiring all of us to doing great things. Goodbye, and remember, change is only possible if you do something to make it happen. See you.
Next week on Airtel Touching Lives, we look back at Sylvia's story from the last season and see how she's doing now.
Sylvia getting the understanding will give us the feedback through drill.
The team then travels to Dubila in the Upper East, where shelter for the school is a major issue.
Touching lives, making